Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World. Let me have a look here. World 1, World 2, we could do the Pyramid of Doom. We could also just get World 3 out of the way, you know, there's something inviting about getting World 3 just done as well, isn't there? Do I really want to be doing World... Oh, do you know what? Let's do the pyramid. Let's see how we get on. We might have to... If I remember correctly, this one... Right, and I might be proven wrong instantaneously. Everyone say fuzzy pickles. If I remember correctly... This one is... not like a... It's not like a platformer challenge, it's like a puzzle challenge. I think this is one of those ones where it's not about... Almost all of these ones are about like going fast and having to deal with all of this crap, right? Just like the first one with the rainbows and stuff. But this one, if I remember correctly, is more of a puzzle one. Yeah, look, see, we've got all of these keys and crap. And look, we can already see there's like stuff going on up here. Well, there we go. First flower. Alright, so what are we doing here? Okay, and we've got a okay, so now I get it. But what do we do with this? Sorry, this whole this whole video is going to be like, completely manic. Oh my god, that was crazy. Okay, so we've got our first flower, we've got our first yarn ball. I'm really going to apologize in advance for this, because unless I start talking about some crap, then the commentary on this video is going to go nowhere fast, right? And I'm sure as hell I'm not going to start talking about Interstellar and talking shit about Interstellar for another however long. Do you know what? Like, that, I'm glad that I did that last video now, because like now I'm completely like hyper fixated on like, did they hide something on top of the egg box? That's like my new obsession. It's like, is there something on top of the egg box perhaps? You just get out of here, please. Like, all of these are like consoles, right? All of the ones you get from the special stages are like based on Nintendo consoles, right? So is this one going to be the Wii one? I also see a flower down there. Okay, now I get it. We'll deal with this first, I suppose. One thing I can't believe I never mentioned about Interstellar. Okay, what the hell am I supposed to do here? Anyway, I'll talk about Interstellar while I'm figuring this out. One thing I can't believe I didn't mention about Interstellar when I was talking about how, like, the story is very, is very, like, loose. I suppose whether it... What the hell am I supposed to do here? Like, how am I supposed to... Like, when I get up here, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can get up here in time, but... Don't tell me I have to, like, babysit this freaking tap the whole way. I bet that's what it is. Anyway, I'll talk about Interstellar in the meantime. Come on, get along, little doggy. Get a long little doggy. That's the... Get a dog, little Longy. Oh my god, no, I have to do the whole thing again. Oh, frick. Well, I suppose here's where I talk about Interstellar, right? Yeah, here's where I talk about Interstellar, alright. Get a dog, little Longy. Get a dog. The one really stupid part of the story that I can't believe I never mentioned was the whole aspect of, right, and again, spoilers abound because, like, sorry, the film is, like, over 10 years old, right, but the thing that I never, like, mentioned about it was that, like, there's this whole part of the story which is, like, predicated on the idea that, like, oh, there's a plan A and a plan B, right? And plan A is the ideal, right? Hopefully we can do plan A, okay? But then what happens? So that flower that appears under there is actually the third flower. Okay, that's good to know. But then there's, like, a plan B. Like, plan A is like, oh, we're gonna be able to solve gravity, whatever that bullshit means, right? We're gonna be able to solve gravity. Because they just, like, leave you to your own devices to figure that out. It's like, yeah, solve gravity. Yeah, you know what we mean, you know? We're just gonna solve gravity. Sorry, I can't stop saying that because it's just so inane, you know? It's just so stupid. But their plan A is, like, they get to solve gravity and then they're able to... And then they're able to, And then by solving gravity, they're able to... Oh my god, Oh, frick-frack. By solving gravity, they're able to bring everybody from Earth through this freaking wormhole or some crap, right? Or they're able to leave Earth if they solve gravity, right? You can tell I just have no respect for this. We're solving gravity, by the way. But then there's, like, a plan B, and the guy, like, the scientist, Michael Caine, is like, oh, by the way, plan B is that hopefully, even if we... Plan B is that... What, I scuffed that because of the freaking ball of yarn. Plan B is like, oh, we can't solve gravity, and even then, at least you're after agreeing to leave the planet, so maybe you can save humanity in future or whatever, right? And he's like, don't worry, you go on this space mission and leave everyone you love, right? In the meantime, back here on Earth, I'm going to be working on building this really fancy spaceship, right? And solving gravity. I'm not just going to be solving gravity, I'm going to be building a spaceship, okay? Look, you can see it right here. This is this giant fancy spaceship that I'm building to be able to transport... Frick-frack, why can't I do this all of a sudden? To be able to transport everybody off of Earth, right? And he shows it to him and everything. And then, right, the guy's like, okay, fair enough. In that case, well, I will go into space, you know. I'd be more than happy to. If you're going to be working on solving gravity and you're going to be building a spaceship, then in that case, I'm fine with leaving everyone I love and going into space on some sort of horrifically dangerous mission, and we don't know what we're gonna do, you know. But so anyway, by way of what happens in the film, right, 23 or 24 years end up I nearly got it. 23 or 24 years end up passing by way of what happens in the film, right? And then at some like pivotal moment, again, like, sorry, I don't care about spoilers at this stage. I don't care about spoilers at this stage. They like 23 or 24 years end up passing in the film because of the way the film works, okay? Because of relativity or some crap. They're like, oh, it's relativity, and like maybe that makes sense, right? I don't know. I'm not gonna poo-poo that too much, right? But anyway, the time ends up passing differently where they are in space and they all look the same, but on Earth 23 or 24 years are after passing. Fair enough, right? Anyway, the scientist guy, the guy who was like, yeah, please, can you go to space? And in the meantime, I'll solve gravity, and I'll solve gravity, and I'll build a spaceship. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I duped you. The whole time, this was all a big scam, right? I didn't actually ever intend for there to be a plan A, right? There was only ever plan B, and I'm like, okay, for the story, that's makes things exciting, right? That makes things exciting for the story. But it is kind of problematic from the perspective of, okay, so you're trying to expect me to believe, again, it's about the suspending belief thing. You're trying to expect me to believe that just for the purpose of a ruse, right? Just for the purpose of fooling this poor schmuck into going to space, you're like building a fake space station. You have like a fake rocket ship that you're building. You're spending 23 years like with all of these scientists and things, like making a fake rocket ship and pretending to solve gravity, whatever that means, right? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you're not seriously expecting me to believe this? Anyway, when we get this, when Belle and I walk out that door, right? Okay, so I need to get him all the way over here. Okay, that's fair enough. We can do this. I can do that. What? He hits the button. Oh, I need to hit him with an egg. Okay, that's why there's all of these egg things there. Okay. Now I get it. Get a dog, little Longy. Get a dog. Like, get a dog, little Longy. Oh my god, this is like freaking me out here. By Jove, I think he's got it. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. That is like, okay, I was right about this though. It is all puzzle based, but the fact that you have to do each of the puzzles again when you fuck up, like, because there's no checkpoints, that's something serious, right? I just hope I don't miss anything. That's the one thing with these levels. I'm just like, I hope I don't. Oh no, a mole. Oh, I remember this one. I vividly remember doing this like 25 times. You have to like get this mole. You basically have to get him to follow you all around this whole mess of cuckoo bananas stuff so that he can go down here and hit this switch. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to scope things out for now, right? We've got, especially because if I want to get like, are there any secret stuff here? I don't want to be trying to find secret stuff at the same time as guiding this mole around the place. Because we should be, yes, I was just going to say, we should be finding another yarn. So wait a second. So I guess the trick here is you need to get him to like run side to side the whole time, right? I'm like wondering, is there like something up there, because it's very rare that you don't see like the top of the screen, right? Or at least like what's happening on top of the screen. Like there must be another flower and potentially even another yarn hidden here, right? So that's the 4th flower. I don't know whether there'd be, like, the other yarn was on the elevator. I'm not sure there'd be like another yarn in such like quick succession. Okay, get a dog, little Longy. That's what this whole video is. I might as well just call it that. Get a dog, little Longy. Get a dog. Cut to like 5 minutes of this. 5 minutes of this. 15 years and all I've heard from you is laughter. I keep killing the fucker. I need to like stop like hovering in the air. Because he keeps like then like going down underneath where I... Oh, come on. That was just weak. When I hover, he keeps like coming down like directly underneath where I am, and I end up like stomping on his head. So basically, Interstellar, what can I tell you? I was not impressed. Okay, this is actually not that bad, really, when you think about it. Come on. No, I was so close. It's actually not that bad when you think about it. It's just it takes a takes a bit of bravery, really, is what it takes. And a little bit of finesse in terms of jumping over this motherfucker, I suppose. But I guess I can like hang out up here. Well, no, because then this fucker is like going in the wrong direction. The Go on, stay up, stay down there, stay on target. So yeah, that's my big bugbear with like, those are my big bugbears with Interstellar. I can't believe I spent 2 videos talking shit about Interstellar, but I think it had to be done. The people needed to have their voice, you know? And oh, come on. The people needed to have their voice, you know? The people needed to see Interstellar for what it truly is, I guess. As if I speak as if like nobody saw this except me. Well, no, it's not that, right? What it is that like I feel like this is one of those films where just people wouldn't shut up about it, and I'm like, then I see it, right? A lot of the time I don't even bother watching these films when everybody won't shut up about it. I'm trying to think of another example, right? This mostly happens to me with TV shows, like, because I'm not like a series watching person normally, right? I've never seen Game of Thrones. People are obsessed with trying to get me to watch Game of Thrones. Okay, just come this way. No! No! Why didn't I just stay up there on the platform? I can tell you, right, if I miss a freaking yarn on this level of all levels, well, I can't, right? Because I have them in sequence, so that it can't be that bad. This isn't as bad as like the red nose thing, actually. In fairness, this is a little bit more relaxing, actually. We nearly got it that time, you know, and it's really set up quite well. It's set up so that, like, you know, actually everything syncs up quite nicely. But yeah, people want me to watch all this stuff. They're like, have you seen Severance? Have you seen Game of Thrones? Have you seen this? And I'm like, no, I haven't. I'm not a TV show watching person. I'm really not. Like, and I think people don't understand, when I try to explain this, people don't get it. Like, they don't get that actually, probably for the same reason I didn't like Interstellar. What this here, after I sing your praises for being well and smoothly timed out so that it just works, then you pull this on me. Am I a joke to you? I feel like it's the same reason why like Interstellar didn't work for me. No, that wasn't my best performance, I'll say that much. There's definitely like nothing up here or something, nothing up my sleeve. Is that like there's too much stuff that I don't need, right? And I don't want something that's going to try and entertain me for in total like 11 or 12 or 15 hours or something like that, right? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a really, you know, I'm not looking for that. And a lot of the time with TV, I'm kind of like, TV, like, sorry, Psychonauts just like bled into my psyche. Let's just hang out up here for a while. Okay, go down there, please. You go down there. Then you go down there. Yes! Oh my god, we did it. I'm gone. Like, usually I'm kind of like, I just want a story. Oh, I remember this as well. What do I do about you? What the hell are you? You're like some freaking pharaoh or something. You're the last flower. Where's my backup singers at? Where's my backup singers at? So I'm looking for 2 pieces of yarn. And do you know what? Actually, funnily enough, I have like a vivid memory. I have a vivid memory of... Oh my god, I did it. I had a vivid memory of actually when I did this level the first time, of missing something on like the mole level. But I think we're actually at the end. My problem with like TV shows is that like, okay, how many seasons are there going to be? And then a lot of the time you have like this interesting story that takes place over the course of a season, and at the end they're like, oh, by the way, there's going to be another season. And I'm like, maybe I don't want another season. Maybe I just wanted you to finish the story. You know, maybe I don't want this to keep going on and on ad infinitum. And maybe if I'm going to spend 12 hours or 15 hours or 40 hours doing something, then I prefer to just get to the end of one story, if it's even going to end, and be a satisfying end. I prefer to read a book, right? Honestly, I prefer to read a book. Oh my god, we haven't... And speaking of Interstellar and my issues with that, I've been reading this book called Butter. I feel like I'm not qualified to talk about it yet just because I haven't finished it, right? But I could talk about my initial experiences, but I don't want all of these Let's Play videos just being like, Harry talks shit about crap, you know? Harry, like, dunks on this crap. Yeah, it's the Wii Yoshi. The Wii Yoshi. Not the Wii U, the Wii Yoshi. That was actually really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway, thanks a million for watching Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World this episode. I think actually so we have a choice, right? We can either continue doing as we're doing and go back and finish like World 3 and go back and finish World 4 and World 5. I don't know, like, it's an interesting prospect, but there's something that's like, why don't we just go to World 6, you know? We could go to World 6. I suppose I'll make up my mind in between videos, like, these won't take too long. I'm kind of enjoying these levels, though. I don't want to get to the end and have, like, 5 videos of pain, like 15 years and all I've heard from you is laughter. Anyway, thanks a million for watching. I will see you next time. Bye now.